It's Madden NFL 24, and we'll get a look at Joe Burrow. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Bengals and the Browns, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and yes, it's January 7th, but we haven't seen you since New Year's Eve, so we have to say Happy New Year, one and all. And partner, Happy New Year to you. This is the conclusion of the 2023 season. Hard to believe, but we got a good one here between division rivals. And you like what the NFL's done here, making Week 18 all-division games.
I think it's one of the more inspired moves by the league because they've made these matchups really count. And typically they mean something, not a lot of coasting as people head towards the playoffs. But I do have to ask, January 7th, is it too late to say it? We're kind of right on the borderline, aren't we, about Happy New Year? Because that always seems to be the subject of debate.
The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Gun, dot. 11 mighty, dot.
They'll begin on the ground here with Evans. And it pushes right forward to about the 32. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. And they'll go right back to Evans. And he's got room. And he'll take it down shy of 45 at the 46. That good for 22 and a first down. Evans running behind center. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The Bengals come in looking for an 11th win on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Here we go.
A give up the middle to Evans. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 42 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. On the handoff, it's Evans. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 12-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Evans. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll send one of those 2 tight ends in motion. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Chris Evans, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it was finished off by Chris Evans' touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally, kept the ball clean, and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Watson. And his throw is incomplete. You talk about this Bengals defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
This is such a good unit of covering passes downfield. I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch. But nothing doing on that one.
It'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. On the return is Jones. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
11.
On 2nd down, Burrow. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Play action. It's Burrow. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And taken right at the 35. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Watson on 1st down. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
No gain on the play there, a 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. To throw is Watson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third. Now a first down throw, Watson. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now it's Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield. He had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Out of the gun, Watson. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. Chubb. Diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Charlie Jones now from his end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with a slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here we go.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Burrow looking to pass. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as he's under the 45. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Complete. Smith has it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
Now Burrow. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
They'll try and run for it with Evans. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Now a timeout called for by the offense as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now Burrow on first down. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. 25 yards that time. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
11 MT.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Irv Smith Jr. his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. McPherson now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple. Here's Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Watson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Again, it's Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. York able to send this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. Well, a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens who have the lead as they play the second quarter. The Ravens seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Justin Jefferson, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Panthers trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Cincinnati and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. The Browns offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Watson got his man complete over the middle. That's more. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Here's Watson. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Here's Watson now on second down. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 43. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They run it again with Chubb. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Burrow. He'll flip this out to Evans. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
Here we go.
Running right, this is Evans. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one. So they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll take over here following the interception with good field position and a chance to take the lead with a touchdown. After the interception, here's Watson. That pass complete to Moore. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any.
Touchdown, Browns! Donovan Peoples-Jones from 21 yards away. And the Browns have taken the lead here in this third quarter. On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
The York on now for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Still going. 1 man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Bengals.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Watson now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Throwing on 3rd down. Watson out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Here's Jones. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth-quarter lead. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Burrow now off the bootleg. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First down, here's Burrow. He completes it to Evans. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down. Here's Burrow. Throw left side, complete to Chase. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 32-yard line. From the gun, it's a run by Evans. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 109 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt. They'll run on first down with Evans. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 11-yard line.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. McPherson's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. So now it's Watson and the Browns. Down 24-17. A minute 54 on the clock. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Watson's throw here into the hands of Moore. Here's Watson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Completes to Njoku. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. To throw, Watson. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They are just brimming with it right now.
Yeah, that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Yeah, we kind of sensed that one. He got a little too far forward before throwing, and that one will set them back.
And remember, at the NFL level, being aware of where the line of scrimmage is crucial. And here's the other part. Any part of the quarterback's body that's near that line of scrimmage, he's going to get the benefit of the doubt. So he was clearly over the line.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominant.